Hey everyone, this is Tyler from Tech Unrelated, and today we'll be showing you how to set up Dynamic DNS in pfSense via the GoDaddy API. Dynamic DNS is a system that keeps DNS records up to date automatically whenever your public IP changes. This is helpful if you have a dynamically assigned IP address provided by your internet service provider. Before we get started, there are a couple requirements. We are going to need a GoDaddy account with a valid domain, pfSense, as well as a IP check service enabled in pfSense. If you're not sure what an IP check service is, don't worry, there's one enabled by default. So first thing we need to do, we need to head over to the developer.godaddy.com site and sign in with our GoDaddy account. On the main page here, we want to select API keys, and we have no API keys yet, so we're going to proceed to create one. We're going to give this a descriptive name. Doesn't really matter what you name this, it's just for future reference for yourself. In my case, I will name it pfSense underscore DDNS for Dynamic DNS. And for environment, we are going to select production. Select next. Now we are given our API key. We want to save this as we will be using this in the next portion within pfSense. Now on to the pfSense portion, we're going to want to navigate to services and then dynamic DNS. And we're just going to want to make sure we have a check IP service. And we can see the default check IP service is listed in here. So we can proceed. We will click on Dynamic DNS clients. And we can see we have no Dynamic DNS client as of yet. So we are going to add one. From here, we will change the service type. We'll scroll down and select GoDaddy. Make sure our interface to monitor is our WAN interface. We will add the host name we want. In my case, I'm going to be using it for a PBX server. So I will add PBX as my host name. And then in the domain name, I will enter my domain. Now, if we scroll down a bit, we can see it asks for a username. This is the key that we acquired from the API site in GoDaddy. And we can see it asks for a password as well. This is the secrets that we got as well from the API site. Now that we have that information entered, we can scroll down and enter a TTL, or the time to live. Typically, I just set this to 3600. And I will give this a description for future reference. I will just type in GoDaddy API underscore dynamic DNS or DDNS, and then select save. And now we can see that it is set up. So if we were to look at the DNS records on the domain bittech.ca, we will see an A record for PBX pointing to this IP address right here. And that is basically all you need to do to get dynamic DNS running on pfSense.